creates extremely favorable conditions for wildfires. The third big influence on the spread of forest fires is the shape of the land or the topography. The slope of the land is critical. Fires usually travel much faster uphill than downhill, and the steeper the slope, the faster the fire will travel. This is because the fire is able to preheat the fuel further up the hill because the smoke and heat are rising in that direction. Conversely, once the fire has reached the top of a hill, it will struggle to come back down because it is not able to preheat the downhill fuel. What is lost by these annual forest fires? Forest fires are very costly to both humans and the environment. In addition to putting lives at risk, forest fires cause vast economic loss from damage to properties, agricultural lands, and infrastructure such as utility poles, bridges, and roads. From the standpoint of the environment, there is tremendous loss of biodiversity from the burning of natural forests. Plants and animals may be killed directly by these fires. Vegetation also suffers as fires strip soils of their nutrients by changing their chemistry and structure. And even if animals manage to escape a fire, vegetation is still destroyed, depleting animals' food supply and habitats. In many instances, invasive species may subsequently overtake these environments, causing harm both ecologically and economically. The destruction of vegetation can also lead to further problems such as erosion, flooding, and landslides. In addition, the tremendous amount of smoke and ash generated by forest fires, as well as the dust from land made bare, pollutes the air that we breathe, sometimes resulting in various respiratory ailments.
In the current setting, with a lot of emphasis on global issues such as climate change, carbon sequestration, biodiversity conservation, all these things have forest and forest management at the core. Forests can contribute a lot to mitigating the impacts of global warming. So therefore we need to do whatever we can to protect those areas of forest that we have. Especially in the Caribbean, we are island states, essentially, small island states at that, and we can be very severely impacted on by some of these concerns, global warming, sea level rise. And therefore our forests can play a vital role in safeguarding our lives and livelihoods.
As part of a forest fire prevention plan, forestry personnel in the Caribbean monitor forests through patrols or fire spotter towers. They are also responsible for implementing fire breaks or traces to prevent the spread of forest fires and for restoring burnt forests.
In the forested setting, there are very limited opportunities to use high-powered and motorized pumps and so on. So in a lot of situations, you're using hand tools either to separate fuel, unburned fuel, from the burning fire front, or where the fire is not burning so intensively, to smother out the flames using a fire beater. Or in many cases, we have to attack the fire indirectly by clearing a line to allow the fire to burn up to that line and therefore make it easier for ground personnel to put it out. So it's a matter of either removing the fuel or eliminating oxygen by smothering out the fires.
Individual citizens also play an important role in preventing forest fires. Here are some do's and don'ts. Don't throw out lit cigarettes or matches. Don't burn garbage or other debris in vegetated areas. Don't burn during periods of high winds or when very hot and dry. Do report forest fires immediately to your local fire service or forestry division. Do compost organic waste instead of burning. Not only does this reduce the risk of spreading fires, but decomposed litter makes an excellent fertilizer. Do employ proper agriculture with trees and shrubs, instead of harmful practices like slash and burn. Do obtain a fire permit during the fire season, December 1st to June 30th, and follow the necessary guidelines in cases where outdoor burning is required. In closing, please remember that although forest fires are sometimes categorized as natural hazards, humans are often directly responsible for their occurrences, particularly in the Caribbean region. Fires are very dangerous and can get out of control in minutes, but proper practices and caution on our part can reduce the catastrophic effects of forest fires on ourselves and our environment.